6th, I think, 2017. Today's video is probably going to be somewhat straightforward. What you're looking at here is a fuse block. And, oh, let me turn it around. It is a fuse block. And the model is 4174. You can see that on the left there, over here. And take a look at all these goodies. Trying to give you some better light here. Let's look at all those goodies in there. That's all rusted. Ooh, that looks delicious. Delicious. Ooh, wow, we got some missing stuff there. How funny. And these ones aren't too bad right there. So, and something that's obvious is that this is not in the vehicle. So this came out of my 1964 Chevrolet C10. But interestingly, after using the diagram, this particular fuse block is actually for a 1965 straight 6. So that's the wiring harness that I have. I'll save you the torture of looking at the diagram. So this video is specifically to show you, after years, what can happen to your fuse block. Now, yes, I could throw this away and put a new harness in. Heck, might as well just take the cab off the truck, take the motor out, take the transmission out, and you can do all those good things that everybody wants to do, but in reality doesn't have the money to do. So this video is an attempt, not an attempt. I'm going to clean this fuse block. And in doing so, I am confident that the contacts will be reusable, with the exception of that missing one, which I will have to replace, and maybe that one right there. But I will be able to recondition this to the point where it's usable. And yes, this fuse block has a limited amount of amps that you can run. The alternator that I'm running on the truck is, what, 60 amps? So I'm not running a whole lot of stuff in this old truck. I think I may upgrade at some point, maybe. But that remains to be seen, and the focus of this video is simply to recondition what we have at either low cost or no cost. So I'm going to take this apart. Let me flip it over so you can see the back side. I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to clean every nook and cranny of these contacts here, so that I can be sure that there is at least potentially 100% conductivity, because if there's no conductivity, you're not going to get anything working. In my previous video, you saw that the truck was running, right? Well, yeah, the truck was running. Everything else wasn't. No lights, no radio, no horn, no dash, nothing. Well, with the exception of a couple of meters, such as a temp, etc. So anyway, we'll see where this goes. I'll show you some snapshots, possibly other continuation videos within this video, and then I'll show you the end result. So that's it for now. Is, if you look here and if you look here, well, my process is to take these out one at a time and then work on these. First attempt is, how do I pull this out? Now you'll see that there's these little gaps here and here. Well, if you flip it over, pretty simple. If you look, yeah, you can see it right there. There's like a little notch. You push on it, and you see that notch right there. You push on that, and that should loosen it. Now, if you look on the back side, okay, it's not loosened yet. Let's try again. So you see the idea. If you turn it over, you see how it's elevated now? It's elevated. See that? So I got one side. You got to do, you can see the little tab here now, right? This one you can see, but it's not quite there yet, so I got to go back on the back side to get that. And again, I'm trying to do this with one hand while I'm holding this camera, so let's see if we can at least complete one of these so you can see it without me just telling you how to do it. We lost contact there. So let's see where we're at. We're pretty close. This one's clearly out. And this one seems to be not quite there. Again, this is hard to do with one hand, but you get the gist of it. So I showed you how to pop this one. Let's try again. Maybe I can get it on camera. If not, I might have to do this off camera and then just show you how to pull it out finally. I got the other tab disconnected from the back side. So now I can just lift it out. Now, just lifting it out and lifting it out are two different things because this has been in there for a long time. So, and then this side here, looks like I got it. Okay, so that's it. Now, you can see if it'll focus. There we go. Yeah, this is not a high quality camera. This is my cell phone. There we go. See that little wing tab? You just push those guys out. So, and then it goes, just pops back in it like so. Just pops back in. So I'm going to do one of these at a time. This one, this one, this one, and so forth and so on, until they're all out, and then I'll clean up each contact and put it back in. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching this part. Thing that I just came across here. I mean, I'm learning as I'm going. There's an aerial view. You see this purple wire and this red wire? Well, that's the hot, constant hot from the motor compartment, and then this purple wire kind of crosses on this red wire, but look at what they were stuck together. Look at that. I don't think that that is stock. It looks like it got hot and it melted to the hot wire. See that? Can't really see it, but anyway, yeah, there you go. It was stuck right here, just like that. And this actually connects to that tab, so I could have technically, instead of cutting this off the harness, I could have just pulled this out like that, but you know, I'm not a mechanic, but I know that I'm going to get those all back hooked up again. So I don't think that this is supposed to be connected to this purple wire. This purple wire is for the turn signal mechanism, which is right here. Yeah, that's the purple wire, and this is turn signal, or the flasher goes in like that. So anyway, moving forward. Similarly with these, similar to these, you have these. Now you see those little prongs there? That one, that one. You just push on them and you bend it back and it pops through the bottom. And I've already done it with this one, so you'll see when I take it out. This goes in there, and if you look closely, it's got that little prong sticking out. So same process, but this is only one side. Pulled quite a few wires out the back. Well, it looks like a lot, but it was only what, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the back, and of course all the fuses are out. But now I got to figure out if these come out. You can see you have this. It looks like more of a permanent fix, and that is like for this one here. I mean, there's prongs in there, so it looks like it, you know, can pop out, but we're gonna find out. We'll see. And what I found out is that trying to pop these out, it's really best done when you simultaneously push in the middle and hit the prong on the side. If you just do the prong, there's no pressure, there's no downward pressure. So you got to put something in the middle like this and use your other hand while you're putting that prong in, and then it pops right out. Of course, I'm talking from the other side when I'm doing that method. Yep. My first mistake, which is kind of what I was expecting to happen really, is by trying to take these out, I have to pry down on those tabs, and I have to, like, this one here has got to go that way, and this one here has got to go that way while I push down on this to pop this whole unit out from the backside. And you see that piece, this right here, broke off as I was prying down on this, and I kind of expected it because this plastic is very old, so that could happen. More than likely it will happen, so just gotta do the best you can, and just thinking maybe if I can just push it instead of pulling it. I think I need to be able to just push down with a better tool. Okay, so this particular one, or these, are different obviously than this. You actually have to pop them out from this side, as opposed to what we've been doing for these. These are a combination of this and a prong here, which you can see on the back side right here. So, and typically if you're just popping out this, you got to do it from the other side. But this entire mechanism, at least for these two that I see so far, you're going to have to pop it from here and here on this back side, and then you'll see it comes out, because I've already actually taken it out. There it goes. See that? Right there. I've already done that. See the prongs on the sides there? Yeah. So this is a larger unit. Now the other ones were like, you had to pop them out from the inside here. But when you have a big unit like this, you need to do it from the back side. That's it. Update. I have most everything else out, and as you can see, this bracket is on its way out. I mean, I'm getting it out of there. You can see that. But the problem is, this plastic is so old that you see this prong here, this one, and this one. Well, in trying to get it disconnected from this plastic, you can see that the plastic is now broke. That was pretty much unavoidable. I could have probably did a better job if I had a more, not a specialized, but a flathead assortment, such like this one here, but this is all I had, so I would put that in there and twist it, and ultimately the plastic here ended up breaking. Now what does that mean? Well, everything's fixable to a point, but anyway, this is now out. There we go. Let that focus. It's now out. So that's it for this part, and I'm going to work on this one. Try to be more careful on this end, hopefully with any luck. And if I turn it over, it's now just about empty except for these two. So we shall see moving forward. Most of this is disassembled. Now this right here, so there we go. I don't have but one hand or two hands. So this here, it's got that little flare on it, that little notch. And this goes in this slot here. This is for the blinker, or this turn signal, if you will. So you can see that notch right there, that lip. So you actually have to pop it out from inside here, like so. You just push it, but you don't want to push and wiggle it back and forth, because if you do that, you're going to break this plastic. So the best thing that I've determined to do is to literally take this flathead, and when it's in there, you turn it, and when it turns it, it disengages that flare piece of metal so that you can just take it out. So instead of coming from this angle and then going up or down, you just go in. Darn it. You go in like this, and then you literally turn the screwdriver like this, and it forces this to go down. Because if you try to do this with the screwdriver, like up like that or down like that, this plastic is so fragile you could break it. And that's what happened here. If you take a look on this piece and on this piece, what happened is I was literally kind of muscling it in, trying to muscle it, and I ended up breaking it. So I'm going to glue that, and yeah, it won't be as good as what it was new, but I'm going to glue it like that, and it'll hold because it's not going to be ripped out anytime soon after it's done. So anyway, moving forward. Okay, there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out. For example, all the items, I soaked them in a solution of 50-50 vinegar and water prior to scrubbing with a wire brush and sandpaper. After completing the assembly, the fuse block connectors fit loosely. Each loose fitting was no longer loose once a fuse was actually put in place. And if you may have noticed, the white letters on the front of the fuse block, they faded after washing it. I tried using nail polish with a very small brush with poor success, and I trashed the idea. I'll be manually writing on a piece of paper the diagram of the fuse block regarding the function and the amps used for future reference, and place it in a lamination for long-term storage in the vehicle. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video.